in Iraq last night, we had a significant, and I mean significant, operation done by Al Zaydi's security forces. So let's take a look here. And it's actually continuing today. Today, get that number back up for you guys. I think it was like 60 tanks. Let me show you this video. Okay. You guys ready? Wait, let me just double check to see we can show this. Yeah, we can show it. Okay. Guys, this video, look at this. This is by the Iraqi Counter-Terrorism Force. This is the official Iraqi Counter-Terrorism Force Twitter or X, and they posted this video today, about an hour and a half ago. They said, "We are ready." Take a guess at who they're telling this to. Armin, this is the Iraqi government, by the way. These are not terrorists. These are the counter-terrorism
Yep.
forces. They're going to go after the
They're
terrorist
getting ready.
militias.
They're getting guys. These people are getting ready to fight back against the Islamic Republic's militia in Iraq. These people
Yes.
are on our side. These Iraqis are on our side, and they have a very, very tough fight against ahead of them. Because the Islamic Republic has more militia in Iraq. Keep playing it from the beginning, guys. These people are getting the things are escalating in Iraq. Things are escalating in Saudi Arabia. The war is getting regional, and these are the Iraqi military, which is now on United States side, against the Islamic Republic's militia inside Iraq. So what is happening is that we're starting a civil war between the official government of Iraq, which is on the side of the United States, and that's these people under the leadership of Ali Zaidi, against the terrorist proxies of the Islamic Republic, and IRGC itself is now in Iraq, by the way, not just their proxies. And something is about to go down, and they're getting ready for that. So what they have in their favor is they have American support, American air support, American equipment, and probably American guide and training. What the Islamic Republic has is more numbers. They have more militia. In the Hashd al-Shabi is bigger in size and the number of people who are fighting, and they're also being supported by Islamic Republic in billions of dollars.
So I got the numbers for you guys of what's happening tonight in Baghdad. Tonight in Iraq, at the Prime Minister's direction, I'll just play this one more time. At the Prime Minister's direction, we see that a brigade of counterterrorism forces, this is about 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers and 60 tanks, are about to roll into Baghdad, and probably have at this point, as it's 1:30 a.m. in the area. And they are, according to the Prime Minister and the Commander-in-Chief of the Iraqi forces, going to be conducting an operation and providing security. 60 tanks and 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers, in addition to the forces that were already there, plus this video that says, "We are ready." Remember, the Iraqi terrorist militias that are backed by the IRGC have until September 30th to dissolve. Armin, would you wait until September 30th to go knocking on their door when you know that they're not going to disarm?
I would bomb them before I even start wondering about that question.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, I would strike earlier than September 30th. And we saw 2 days ago, we received the news that Al Zaidi has reorganized his generals for the Iraqi military in preparation for something quite big. We're seeing preparations for that now. Although keep in mind, guys, we are seeing videos, we're getting news of the troop movements. The terrorist militias will also have this information. Geez, things are building up. They've been building up for quite some time. I'm not going to be surprised when things finally kick off. Or maybe I will be surprised, but not shocked. Let's go with that one. So,
What do
before
you
we
and
segue back, yeah.
do you think things are things are about to get more regional? Like it seemed like it started with like it started with October 7th, right? Israel versus Hamas. Then it expanded to Israel versus Hezbollah. Then Israel versus the Islamic Republic in Iran. Then United States joining in on that. 12-day war, 40-day war. All of those continue. Hezbollah, Hamas, Israel, Islamic Republic, United States. Then we're adding Iraq. Iraq is been added. Yemen and the Houthis and Saudi Arabia have been added, right? Saudi Arabia being added, that could get involved. Pakistan, the Islamic Republic attacked the Suez Canal. Egypt is getting involved. Saudi Arabia is building a coalition with Egypt, Pakistan, and Turkey. So Turkey is getting involved. Turkey was already involved in Syria. Syria was involved. So Turkey was involved in Syria. Turkey is now also going to get involved through Saudi Arabia. Ukraine got involved. Ukraine got hit an Islamic Republic ship that could drag Europe into this war if the Islamic Republic responds to Ukraine. And also Turkey is now getting involved. Because Turkey is getting involved, NATO could get involved. Because think about this: if Turkey is now in a NATO-like defense deal with Saudi Arabia, and if Saudi Arabia gets attacked by the Islamic Republic, and that drags in Turkey into this war, because Turkey is a part of NATO, that drags NATO. So what happens is, if we attack Saudi Arabia, and because Saudi Arabia has a defense pact with Turkey, Turkey responds, and then they respond to the Islamic Republic responds to Turkey, and Turkey is now part of NATO, and now NATO has to respond.
Here's the thing. I don't think NATO will go to war over Turkey. I'll be honest with you. I think it's very unlikely.
It's part of the NATO agreement, though, that if Turkey gets involved, NATO has to get involved. I mean, if Turkey gets attacked and NATO doesn't get involved, that would end, that would completely delegitimize. Like, NATO would mean nothing anymore after that. You know what I mean? They have to get involved.
Yeah, I'm gonna put 2 points on pushback for that. One, the Europeans have no appetite for a war anywhere other than Russia, and the other point is that I listened to a few videos on that between the Russia-Ukraine war, and they were talking about if Turkey was attacked by Russia potentially, they don't think that the European Union or NATO would be willing to go to war over Turkey, and that there's actually some workarounds around that.
Yeah, but if you do that, that would mean NATO is over, because then that means that there's workarounds anything, and that would I don't think you can completely dismiss it, because then NATO will end NATO if they do that, because then there will always be an excuse for everything else. So if they don't respond, there would be like NATO. If they do not respond, then NATO is basically marking the end of NATO. So I do think that they have to respond. I mean,
I think their response would be limited to defense, but we'll see.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.